Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, welcome to the Get Your Happy On Hour. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons. This is 93.7 The Ticket. Man, I got to give a big shout out to Matt Warner, Empire Fencing out in Waverly, Nebraska. I appreciate all the love you guys give the show and really love what you guys stand for and what you're doing. So keep doing big things. You know, got to give a big shout out to the Husker football program. Y'all got another win. Wins are good. Keep doing your thing. You got a bye week coming up, so I guess they'll be getting themselves ready for Penn State after that. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. I got a confession to make. This time of year, every year, between Halloween and New Year's, I call it relapse season. And for those of you that don't know what that means is, a lot of times, see, I'm a recovering addict. And the holiday season is always real festive, and people are happy to see people they don't see very often, and there's a lot of celebration going on. So it's a perfect time for people to use it as an excuse to use drugs and alcohol. I'm not against drugs and alcohol. I just don't do them. So tonight's show is basically going to be a reminder for those of us that are out there that are in recovery. I think we deserve to get a little recognition as well. And I have a guest tonight. I personally, I just met her tonight. Let's get that part straight. So I was thankful that she came a little early so we could visit before the show, because I just had no idea, A lot of times we judge people without getting to know them first. And so tonight's show is going to be a little special, but it's going to also be very helpful to a lot of people. And I want you guys to really, really pay attention to this show. I think it's going to be helpful, because some of you may have people out there that are struggling, that are still in denial. And I'm not talking about that river in Egypt. I'm saying they just don't know that they have a problem or don't want to admit that they have a problem. So my guest tonight is a young lady that I got to be honest, I didn't believe that she was old enough to have an issue with addiction, but I found out I was wrong. So, Allie, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It is a blessing to be here in the studio with you today.
Well, Allie, I appreciate you finding time to come. But Allie, I'm just going to jump right in, because
go for it.
I don't believe, I need you to convince me that, first of all, wait a minute, before we get to that, let me bag up. Allie, are you from here?
Yeah, born and raised, stinking Lincoln.
Lincoln?
Yeah, I've been here my whole life.
Wait a minute. Let me ask this question. What high school did you go to?
I went to Southeast High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Southeast Nights.
All right, the Knights.
KP.
I've had a few Lincoln links in here, but I've never had a night. So
Southeast Nights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna learn something tonight, y'all. I want y'all to know I'm gonna learn something tonight. Now, Allie, share with me, because I've had the pleasure of meeting your parents.
Oh, wonderful people. Yes.
Yeah, and your sponsor as well.
Yes.
And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, ain't nothing about this young lady that says she done anything. I mean, again, looks can be deceiving.
Yeah.
So, Allie, share with me this journey that you've been on.
Yes. So actually, I am an addict in recovery, and I have a little over a year clean. I got a month and a year clean today, and
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And I have gone through a crazy journey of getting clean, finding myself, healing, going through the healing process, with God helping me, taking me out of my pit of desperation. But yeah, I have been through so many trials and tribulations to get to where I am today. Yeah.
What made you start though? I mean, why did you start using? What was you using?
My drug of choice? Yes, so my drug of choice was fentanyl, and it was kind of an interesting way that it came about because I was raised in a very safe and calm household. I had no traumatic things that happened to me in my childhood. I was raised very well, and I was a full-time athlete, a full-time student, nothing really was damaging in my childhood to make me want to be an addict. It was just one day, I was a stoner, I'd smoke weed all the time, and one day I was like, "Well, I guess I'll just try some pills," and it started off with some painkillers of sorts, and honestly, addiction is scary, and you always honestly, I ended up doing all the things I said I would never do, and, one thing led to another, and I started doing fentanyl, and not even a week later, I'm addicted, and,
You know what? I gotta stop you right there and say this. Did y'all hear what she just said? She was just smoking a little weed
yeah,
and decided one day I'm gonna take a pill.
yeah.
And just like that,
Just like that. It comes out of nowhere. That's addiction. Addiction is scary and fierce, and it comes out of nowhere.
see,
So,
she just explained to everybody why I live such a unique lifestyle. Because addiction is an equal opportunity employer.
yeah.
It doesn't care
Mm-mm.
where you came from. It doesn't
Mm-mm.
care what upbringing you had.
Nope.
It will get you and it will take advantage of you.
Yeah, it doesn't care what you look like, who you are, it doesn't care what life you have. I was a full-time student at UNL. I was in a sorority, all good things. I was working as a nanny, I had a car. I had everything in my life. It was not like I was on the street, I wasn't what people depict an addict to be. I was an addict can be anything. An addict can be anyone in the ordinary. It can be your neighbor, it can be your friend, it can be anyone.
I think that's a very valid point. And I'm very glad that you're honest enough and vulnerable enough to admit to that because
Yeah.
see, I think sometimes which I feel is never smart is
Mhm.
people assume.
Yeah.
And when you start assuming, I think you kind of missed the boat because
Mhm.
uh, everybody's got this image
Mhm.
of what an addict is.
Yeah.
And sometimes addicts be right next to you.
Yeah, you don't even know
You
it.
don't even know it.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, people will look at me and they're like, "You what do you mean, addiction? Well, you gone through that? What with what?" And I tell people my story and they don't even believe me. But if you would have saw me a year and a month ago, you would have been like, "Okay, well, she looks more like it, She doesn't take care of her health or her hair or her anything." But it's like people look at me today and they don't see the pain that I went through. But just because you don't see the pain someone went through, you never know what people go through,
Right.
And just because I'm doing good today doesn't mean I have gone through so many struggles, but thank God I am here today and
Well,
clean. So,
something else I like about it is you understand the concept of day by day,
day
one day
by
at a
day.
time.
Sometimes it's minute by minute.
Yeah.
Like some days can be really rough
Yeah.
out here. And honestly, like I just got to go minute by minute and praise God that I get through each and every day and praise God that I get through tonight.
It's funny you said that because uh, you said you're a little over a year.
Hmm.
I was just sitting here thinking back over my 16 years, and the first year was the hardest for
Oh,
me.
it's so hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because first of all, you're fighting. It's like you're fighting all these battles.
Hmm.
You want you want people to accept you,
Hmm.
and they're still waiting on the other shoe to drop.
Yeah,
Like,
almost. And you just want people to recognize you and see that you're different and you're trying and you feel that you're different, but people don't see you're really different
right,
yet,
right.
and you just want to prove to people that you're better and you're doing good and you just want that applaud in that first year. But honestly, that first year is pink cloud.
Yeah,
You're just
yeah,
riding on emotions and it's a roller coaster.
yeah.
One day you'll be super happy, the next day you're crying, the next day you're confused. It's just a roller coaster of emotions.
I think that's why they call it the honeymoon stage.
That pink cloud honeymoon. Yep.
Well, no. Hey, listen. I want everybody to understand. I'm laughing because I can relate,
Yeah.
not because it's funny.
No, it's
Because
real. It's real.
addiction is a very serious thing, and I was sharing with you before the show that I admire sponsors. I
Yeah.
admire people that stick by you like your parents
Yeah.
because, that's a tough road.
Mhm.
And I shared this also. My parents actually died trying to save Ricky.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at you as how blessed you
I'm
are.
so blessed to have
And
my
and I
parents.
just want you to know that before I even forget to say this, I'm proud of you just for getting sober because
Thank you.
a lot of people can't do it.
No, and I tried so many times. Like, honestly, at the end of my addiction, before I did get clean, I thought I was gonna die in my addiction. I really did. I was looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, you know what? There's no hope. There's no hope.
Mm.
There's no answer. There's no way of getting out because I tried getting clean so many times by myself, and there wasn't a way. I would last maybe 4 days clean, and then I would go back. And I remember one night specifically, I was in my bedroom crying, and just withdrawing. And I was just crying out to the Lord. And I was like, God, please save me. If there's any God out there, Lord, please just save me. Take me out of this terrible mindset, this terrible world. It's like this cycle that I could not get out of. And 2 days later, I catch charges. And
Mm.
these charges are honestly what saved my life, you know?
You say you caught charges.
Mhm.
What charges did you catch, if you don't mind?
Yeah. So I did catch drug possession charges, and these drug possession charges, I had to go to jail for the day, and because of that, I had no other choice but to get clean, and so
Right.
now I'm working a program where I have to stay sober, and I'm staying sober day by day, thank God. But yeah, I had no other choice because of these charges to get clean so that they can get off my record.
Well, I got to give a big shout out to Chubb, owner of Soulful Casino, because he was the one that told me about you.
Really?
And
Great
I
man.
think y'all called him something else. I call him Chubb. That's my guy. But yeah, he's I guess he met you at a church.
Yeah, I met him at my church group every Wednesday night. I see him there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he called me. He was like, "Bro, you need to talk to this young lady." I'm
Mhm.
like, "Hey, man, I'm kind of funny about who I put on my
Right?
show because
Mhm.
everybody, especially when it comes to recovery.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because I don't know how serious everybody is, and I'm not
Right.
trying to play like I got a crystal ball.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
some people say they want to be sober, and then, like you say, they go through
Yeah.
the cycle.
Mhm.
4 days later, they
Yeah.
come up missing. You
Mhm.
don't see them no more, and then they show back up. Oh
Yeah.
man, I fell off, but I
Yeah.
still want to get back sober. So
Yeah.
I'm not trying to play God. I don't want to
Mm-mm.
judge people, but I just know how serious I am about recovery.
Mhm.
So if people have to do more research,
Yep.
and I call research more using
Yeah.
to figure out whether or not they really want to be clean and sober, because I've been accused of making clean and sober look easy, and it's not.
Yeah, it's not easy, and honestly, yeah, recovery it is a very challenging thing, but it's so rewarding. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, it is the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. Today, I have a peaceful soul, I have a peaceful mind, a peaceful spirit, whereas before I was just always anxious and I was never happy, and I was slowly but also quickly losing everything. And honestly, relapsing, like, if I relapse, I die.
Right.
Specifically with my drug of choice, if I relapse with fentanyl, I will die. At
Yes.
the end of my addiction, I was doing so many pills of fentanyl that I really do believe that is a miracle that I'm alive. You know what I mean? Because all of those, like, all the amount of fentanyl that I did should have killed me. And the
Yeah.
fact that I'm here today,
Well, you
it's crazy.
said something, and I want to make sure I heard you correctly. But
Mhm.
you were doing up to like 20 pills.
Yeah, I was doing up to 20 pills a day at the end of my addiction.
Man.
Yeah, think about that.
Yeah.
Only one of those pills on the street will kill someone.
Right.
Right?
And you're still
A
here.
miracle.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
miracle.
You're
God is so good.
right. Yeah.
God is
You
so
got
good.
blessed on that one, and
Yeah,
you're
God
still
is
getting
so good.
blessed
Yeah.
because I, I don't know. I'm just, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I'm glad
Mhm.
fentanyl wasn't around when I was active in my addiction,
Mhm.
because I know I probably wouldn't have made it, because
Yeah.
I've never experienced it, but I've heard enough stories.
Yeah, it's a very deadly drug, and I didn't even know that it was fentanyl that I was doing. Honestly, the first time someone slid it over, they're like, "Oh yeah, like you like painkillers, so just try this." And I was like, "Okay." I had no idea what it was, but 3 to 6 months later, people are like, "Oh, the drug you were doing was fentanyl, right?" And I was like, "Fentanyl? What was fentanyl?" I didn't really
Wow.
understand what it was, but I was already in addiction. addiction is something in the mind. You are powerless over that drug. I literally was powerless over that drug. It didn't matter. Like, even when I caught my charges, it still took me another like 6 months to actually like get clean, fully
Yeah,
clean.
yeah.
So,
And see, and that's another part of this thing called recovery that I don't think a lot of people understand is
mhm,
you can say to yourself, I want to get clean and sober, but actually doing it
mhm,
could be a totally different thing.
yeah,
I mean, because like you just said, you caught these charges, you know that there is some consequences, and
mhm,
it still took another 6 months.
yeah, mhm,
I mean, that says a lot right there.
yeah,
I mean, if anybody that's not in addiction,
mhm,
they can understand that.
yeah,
So people that are in addiction, I know
mhm.
they get it.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's what this is about tonight. I just wanted people to understand that people do survive.
They do. And there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
And honestly, I just love sharing my story to people, and I love just evangelizing and telling people the goodness of God because of God, I was crying out to God that night in my bedroom, and 2 days later I catch my charge. And
Mhm.
that charge, yes, it took me a little bit of time to get clean, but because of those charges, I had no other choice but get clean,
And that
you
makes
know.
sense.
And God met me in a way where I was desperate, and I was in utter desperation, and I had no other choice but to get clean and but to live a good life. And so I ended up getting clean, detoxing, going to treatment. And when I was in treatment, I actually got rebaptized. And for the past year or so, I've been living in God's will rather than Allie's will. And what I've realized in recovery is that when I live in Allie's will, that's when I start going towards that relapse. That's when I start going
Mhm.
back towards addiction. But today, with God, I am made anew. And so I am not a fentanyl addict today. I am clean today, and I am worthy today, and I have a beautiful life in front of me today because of God. And it's just a beautiful thing that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is hope. There is people out there. And if I would have just heard a young girl tell me that like she was clean from her addiction, if I would have just seen that one mustard seed of hope, maybe that would have helped me.
Well, you know what I really appreciate is the fact that you have the courage
Mm,
to be transparent.
yeah.
Uh, a lot of people, when they get in recovery, they want to keep it a secret.
And honestly, what has been motivating me is that I just want to be that one person, one story, one message of hope for another person. It can be someone in addiction, someone with depression, anxiety, no matter what, everyone is struggling with something in their life.
Correct.
And as long as I can just be that person of hope, like, hey, there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's hope. You can do this. You can be a year clean and have friends and families and a full-time job and your own apartment and a doggy and all these things in your life. There's faith. There's hope. There is hope. And I am proof that there is hope because I was in a deadly addiction, got out of it, and now I'm working a program so that these charges will no longer be on my record, and I will be okay today.
And you know what else I'm impressed by is you actually want to be a speaker.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. And
that's cool.
it's something that came with recovery, actually. So I was in college to be a second grade teacher. And when I got clean, honestly, I think it's a godly desire where he was like, I want you to be a public speaker. And I honestly, I believe that, God has seen my entire life full from front to end. And in high school, I actually spoke in front of adult like 500 adults for a Young Life convention. And I raised thousands of dollars, and I spoke over suicide and how God can save you. And that was like my beginning of public speaking, opened
Mm.
that door for it. And since then, a couple of years went on, I got an addiction. And then when recovery came up, anytime people would ask me, hey, like, can you talk in front of a crowd? I'm like, yes, let's do this.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's 20 people, 500 people, 1,000 people. I love talking in front of people. And every time in school when I'd have to do a presentation, I'm like, let's go, like I love talking in front of people. And the great thing about recovery is that I love telling people about the hope that's there. And if I can just be a public speaker to a group of nurses, I spoke at SEC to a group of nurses telling them about addiction so they can open and broaden their mind over addicts. Because like you said, a lot of people think of addicts as one thing when
Mhm.
really it's another. An addict can look like me. An addict can be, yeah, your neighbor, your friend. It can be anyone. And so,
And that's important. And I want you to know that the speaking thing is very important,
yeah,
and you can help a lot of people because
yeah,
one thing I do know is everybody doesn't have the courage to do that. And for you to have the confidence and the courage, I just think is something that is very special. And I want you to know that from today going forward, that you have another ally, which is me.
Thank you.
That
means a lot.
I want you to know that this speaking is very important.
Yeah.
And it's something that can be done, and it's something that's needed.
Yeah.
We got to get more people out here to understand that.
Yes. Spread that word of the reality of what it actually looks like.
Yeah, because I mean, there's going to be some more kids coming up through middle school and high school that are going to be just like you. And here's the part that really gets me. Is a lot of the younger kids, they feel like they're smarter than everyone else.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, they especially
I was there.
Yeah, especially the ones that are like, I'd say high school. Well, I call that the genius stage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, high school. A high school student will tell his parents that they don't know nothing because that was when you was young. But this is what's happening now. Yeah. Ain't nothing new. Addiction's been addiction since the beginning of time. Yeah. And I just want you to know that even if no one gives you credit, don't give up on your dream. Yeah. Because I know it can happen for you. I've seen it happen for others. So why not you?
And honestly, like something that keeps me going is a lot of people, honestly, like they discredit me or they discourage me, but that just keeps me going. I want to prove myself right at the end of the day. It's like I know what I'm capable of and I know what I can do. So no matter what people say about me, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep striving.
I call them haters, man. let them hate.
Yeah, let them haters hate. Keep them coming because I'm just going to keep going no matter what.
I think that's the smartest way to look at it. A lot of people don't understand the concept of haters, but haters are definitely motivators because when somebody's waiting on you to fail, it kind of inspires you to keep going.
Yeah, it just fuels you. Honestly, it fuels you up. It just keeps me going because it's like, oh, you think that of me, but wait till I keep going and succeed, and that just wants me to do better and better and better because I know who I am and I know what I deserve. And so I'm going to keep going for what I know I am.
I admire that. And I want you to keep that. And I'm going to hold you to that. So, hey, look, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back with 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Get You Happy On Hour. Don't y'all go anywhere.
Nebraska farmers, harvest is here and every gallon counts. That's why Sapp Brothers Petroleum launched the Go Big Red Fuel Giveaway. When you contract your fuel with Sapp Brothers, enter to win $1,000 in fuel credits. As Husker Country knows, the only thing stronger than the roar at Memorial Stadium is the drive of a farmer putting food on the table. Fuel your farm with Sapp Brothers Petroleum and enter to win $1,000 in fuel credits. Visit sappbros.net today. Sapp Brothers Petroleum, fueling the heartland. Go Big Red.
If the power is out, traffic lights might be too. If you come across a dark intersection, treat it like a four-way stop. See more tips at les.com/safety.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks. Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
This fall, Baumgars has everything you need to get your farm ready for the season. Stock up on livestock feed, deer corn, and pine shavings to keep your animals fed and your farm running smoothly. Need tools for your fall projects? Grab DeWalt power tools and grass seed to keep your fields in top shape before winter. From your barn to your backyard, Baumgars has you covered. Get ready for the season with everything you need to finish those fall fix-ups. Baumgars, field, farm, and fall fix-ups.
Are you looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through October at Landmark Implement, get up to a 24-month waiver on select John Deere tractors and combines, or lock in a 2.9% fixed rate for 36 months, followed by a qualified standard rate for another 36 months. Whether you're thinking of this year's harvest or planning ahead, we've got a solution that works for your bottom line. Visit your local Landmark Implement for more details, or check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Schaefer's is celebrating its 79th anniversary with special rebates, financing, savings, and free delivery store-wide.
Update your home with innovative Samsung appliances and save up to an additional $900 with rebates. Samsung Innovation saves you energy and time with easy-to-connect appliance technology. Plus, during Schaefer's anniversary, get free delivery on your appliance purchase.
So hurry in during Schaefer's 79th anniversary event, going on now.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. Man, that was a great segment. I got to check in with my boy Bach right quick, though. Bach, we got anybody comment?
Yeah, we got a few. Tubbs chimes in. Tuned in, Uncle Rick. Keep doing big things, bro. Love you, Doug. He also says, what up, Allie? Do your thing, kiddo. And then Theola Cooper says, thank you for sharing your story, Allie.
Man, I appreciate that love. And, man, those comments really make me happy, man, because it lets me know that people taking time out of their busy schedule to pay attention to what we're talking about down here. All we're trying to do is help people. But I got to get back to you, Allie. I mean, I'm guilty. I got to admit, I'm guilty. I never would have thought that you had anything going on like that. Yeah. But I was just thinking about your college life. When you got to college, you was in a sorority, you said?
Yeah, actually. So I got to college and I rushed a sorority, and by then I was already in addiction, but it wasn't the peak of my addiction. So it was kind of like beginning-ish of my addiction around, it wasn't too mild or anything terrible yet. And so in the sorority, like, no one knew. Like,
so you were just smoking weed, though?
Oh, well, people thought I was just smoking weed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've been a stoner since like the 7th or 8th grade of middle school. And people like in the sorority, they always would just see me as the stoner. Like I was the girl who, like, after all the frat parties, everyone would come to smoke weed. Like I would always provide the weed for people. So when I would come in the house and fall asleep right away because of the fentanyl, people would just think it's because of weed, and I don't think anyone really understood that I was on hard drugs, even my parents, they knew, like, people could probably sense that something was going on. They just didn't know exactly what. They couldn't put their finger on it.
Right.
But they had no idea that it was fentanyl,
Wow. So you come in with your sunglasses on?
Yeah, I walk in. I remember this vividly. Like in the sorority, I'd walk in with my sunglasses on, and I would just pass out because that's what fentanyl does. It makes you just, doze off. And like my sorority sisters, they just thought it was funny, because like they don't think anything of it, but like there is so much more going on in people's lives than you think. Addiction is everywhere. Drugs are everywhere, no matter what city you're in. Like, and people don't really like to talk about it, but like there's so much going on in people's lives, and no one had any idea what was going on with me, and people still don't. This is kind of the first time I'm really spreading light on my story of addiction.
Yeah. When you said something about when you caught charges.
Yeah, and so actually when that happened, my mugshot went up on the internet because I went to jail for the day, and when that happened, and honestly, it just went viral. Like my mugshot went viral. Everyone on Yik Yak, it's this app where everyone just posts anonymous stuff about people, just went viral, you know. So that's great for my confidence. Completely went down, you know, airball. But I came back from that, and today I have confidence and self-love, and today I can show people that I went through that, but that is not who Allie is today. That's not who I am anymore. That was past Allie, and people can go through things, but it does not mean that's who they are today, you know.
I totally agree with that. And I'm laughing because I hear a lot of Ricky in you, you know, and what I mean by that is I always joke with people, tell them I got this disease, you know, it's called high self-esteem.
Exactly.
I love me some me. And, you know, I can sense that from you. And I think that's important. It's not arrogance. It's not overconfidence. It's a belief that you get once you get another chance at this thing called life.
Of course, yes, and I'm so grateful for it.
And you said the magic word was you're a spiritual person.
Yeah, I'm very spiritual actually, and I believe in God so much, and yeah, like I said, I got rebaptized in treatment, and honestly, like my God is what saved me. I truly believe that, and I believe that it is a miracle that I am here today, even in the studio, and everything that all the blessings that have came in my life is because of God. You know, like all of the bad things in my life, the drugs, fentanyl, like the parties, everything that was wrong and in sin, like, but God saved me out of that, you know, and I am made new today because of God. And I just honestly, I want to give all the glory to God today because he is the reason why I am here today, why I'm clean and why I'm living a serene life, you know.
I'm telling you, I got to give Chubb another shout out, man. Thank you for introducing this young lady to me because to me, I look for people like her because these are the type of stories that I want people to understand are very important. They don't get the attention I think they deserve. So we're making it happen tonight and we're going to continue to make this happen. You know, I was just thinking though, when you caught your charge and went through that cycle of circling the drain, so to say, going down, it's a lot of people turning back on you.
Oh yeah, everyone.
Yeah, everybody. You know, a lot of people turning back on you, and you are fortunate enough to have parents that's to this day they're actually here tonight with you.
Yes, actually, my parents, they're so supportive, and they have been so supportive since the day I was born. You know, and like they love me so much that like even in the pits of my addiction, they could not give up on me. You know, they could never walk away from me. They could never do that. And like, they are just so amazing and supportive parents. And like, I tell them what my dreams and hopes are for my life. And they're like, okay, we're here for it. Go do it. Like, we're going to be right here. You know, they believe in me. And that's just like, I couldn't be greater I couldn't have any better parents, honestly.
Well, the support system that I've witnessed, which is your parents and your sponsor, I think is just, I mean, that's special.
Yeah, it's so special.
A lot of people don't have that. You know, usually by the time people decide that they want to turn their life around, they've already burned all their bridges.
Yeah,
you know,
honestly.
And everybody done turned their back on them.
And honestly, like when everything was going down about a year ago, honestly, all my friends left me. But honestly, like that's a blessing because that shows who they really are at the end of the day. You know, I was planning on majority of those people being in my wedding at the end of the day, you know, like being my bridesmaids, being my best friends for the rest of my life. But it just shed light on who they really are. Because for me, if one of my friends were to go through that and I found out they were an addict, I would stick by their side. But I just learned who the real ones were, you know, and honestly, like my parents were like the only real ones at the end of the day. But now that I'm working a program and in recovery, it's like I have way better people in my life who actually care for me and they want me to show up tomorrow and that they care about my mental health. And like, that's the beauty of sobriety is you have real friends, people who love you and God guiding you every step of the way. So.
Well, see, you said what I say, but I say them in Rickisms. Okay. For the people that really didn't want to be there for me, I only have one request. I just need 50 feet. If they'll give me 50 feet, I'll give them 100. Because like I said, I don't want to make anyone want to be around me. But if you when you show me who you are,
Mhm.
I believe you the
Mhm.
first time.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't get a chance to show me a second time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that's what I'm hearing. Like I
Mhm.
say, we're saying a lot of the same thing.
Yeah.
We just got different terminology.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of just let those people be, and honestly, like there were like maybe less than a handful of people who still reached out to me, but today I just kind of do my own thing, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
So
You survived.
I survived.
Yep. And you get another chance at this thing called life.
Mhm.
So, you know, make the most of it.
Oh, I will.
And I just think it's important that you understand that the people that stuck by you when they didn't have to,
Yeah.
you need to,
Those are the real ones.
yeah, you need
And
to
honestly,
you need to keep that in your head.
yeah, and there's like 3 of them. There's only 3 of them that I can think of right now who were in addiction with me and who are out of it. It's my mom, my dad, and God. Those are the 3
Gotcha.
people. Seriously. Like no one else in my life was in addiction and is out of addiction with me today. Those are the only 3 people.
Well, like I said, you just keep doing what you're doing,
Mhm.
and that's going to make them proud.
Yeah.
And you're going to meet a whole different set of people.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and things will continue to get better for
Yeah,
you. So
I'm ready for it. So
you're already on your way. And one thing I'll say about that is, as long as you keep your head up,
Mhm.
that's the most important part. Keep your head up, because a lot of times we drop our heads
Yeah.
because we have those moments.
Mhm.
Of recovery, I don't want to give this impression that being in recovery is just all perfect.
No.
Because that ain't
No,
true.
no, nothing's perfect.
And
No
I'm going
one's
to give you a little secret. This is not to discourage you, but even with 16 years and counting, there's
Mhm.
still moments where I see things that don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But that doesn't justify going backwards.
Honestly, like I recently just went through like a life moment where it like came out of nowhere and I would like did not expect it at all, but I got through it sober, you know?
Yes.
And I never expected like those were one of the moments where like old Allie would like freak out and go crazy inside my mind and spiral, but like because I have a calm mind today, I got through it, you know? And
Right.
like so many of those situations happen in sobriety, but with a clear mind, like that fog is gone. You
Right,
know, that
right.
fog is gone. And today I don't have to drink or drug or smoke or do anything today. And I love that. You know, I'm 22 years old and I don't have to go to the bars because I'm going through something. You know what I mean? I don't
Right.
have to party. I don't have to do all these things. I can have fun. I go to Holmes Lake and walk around and I meditate and I love it. It's the best part of my day. You know, like there are so many different things to enjoy in life sober. And I think people don't understand that or put enough emphasis on that, you know?
Well, I'll tell you like this. I don't, I can go to a bar, but if I have 2 Sprites with no ice, I might have to call Uber, because I really, I'm not making fun of it, but I love being sober. I
Mhm.
love being clean and sober,
Yeah.
I should say. And when I say clean and sober, I do mean everything. I don't do nothing. I drink water, coffee, and like I said,
Lot of coffee.
yeah, when I'm living on the edge, I get me a Sprite with no ice.
Mhm.
I mean, that's when I'm doing big things.
Yeah.
But I say it in a joking way, but I'm dead serious. It's real important to me that the part you made a good point about the fog.
Mhm.
I don't want the fog, because the fog, I didn't have a lot of success in the fog.
Yeah. And honestly, it's just shoving that void that's in your soul. It's just shoving it deeper and deeper and deeper every time you drink, you drug, or you use, you know?
Right.
And with the sober mind, it's like, I feel all of these emotions, but it's like, I get to feel all of these emotions today. I get to feel these emotions. I get to, you know, show up. I get to wake up in the morning and not be hungover. I get to wake up and be feeling okay. I get to wake up and remember what I did last night.
Yes.
You know, I get to remember the conversations that I had a couple days ago. I can remember everything and I can feel everything. And I'm a very emotional person. I have a very sensitive heart and soul, but I'm grateful for that because God made me that way. And because I'm that way, I can feel for other people. And that's why I'm here today, you know, to feel for others who are struggling and to tell them that there is a way and that there's hope.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're going to be a great help to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I'm actually glad that I met you, because to me,
thank you.
I love meeting people that are on this path,
Yeah.
because it's kind of like the light bulb goes off and you can actually see for a change.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. And what I mean by a beautiful thing is, no, it don't come with a Rolls Royce, a Bentley, and a mansion, but you know, you can still have fun enjoying the simple things in life.
Of course, yeah. And that's honestly what I've learned is like a gratitude list is what I love to do. Like just even in my mind being like, what am I grateful today? I'm grateful for my car, my job, my dog, a house over my head, you know. I'm grateful for being financially stable. I'm grateful that I'm here today. I'm grateful for water. Like I'm grateful for all the small things, and that like an addiction, I wouldn't even pay two glances to, you know, like I'm grateful for the butterflies in the sky. I'm grateful for the sunsets, and I'm grateful for the green light that I got earlier, you know. And like an addiction, it just was all, I didn't care about anything but that drug, you know. It was drug money use, drug money use, drug money use, and I was just stuck in that cycle, but I got out.
Yep, you got another chance. And I'm just, like I said, I can relate to it. It's just funny to me because I'm sitting there listening to a person that's a year, a little over a year clean and sober, and it just takes me back.
Yeah.
And I need to go back sometime myself too.
Oh yeah, you gotta remind yourself.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm probably the most unique individual that I know, because I wake up every morning that I wake up, the first thing I do is smile, because I'm like, man, I get another shot at this thing called life.
That's how you gotta do it.
Right. Well, a lot of people don't appreciate it like that. They're looking at all the stuff that's gonna happen today that I don't want to deal with, or I don't. Man, it's more to life than that. At least you got a chance.
And you're setting yourself up for failure, honestly, if you do that. What I've learned, and I'm so grateful that I learned that, is that when I wake up, the first thing that I do, I don't grab my phone. I don't turn on the TV. I don't scroll on TikTok. I wake up and I open my eyes and I say, thank you, God, for another day. And I ask God, I said, what are you going to do with me today? And then I put my feet on the floor and I do whatever I need to do. But I am just thinking of all the things that I'm grateful for. And then on my way to work, I'm inviting God into my day. And I'm like, oh, I love this beautiful sky. Thank you for this day. You know, but I do believe that mindset is everything. And that if you're trying to be in recovery and you have a terrible mindset, or even if you're not in recovery and you have a bad mindset, you wake up and you're like, oh, today is going to be a terrible day. It's going to be a terrible day.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's kind of like that old saying, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
and
all about mindset.
Yeah. And I mean, I got this thing about being happy. I just love to be happy. I think it sometimes makes people think that my life is perfect. Far from it. Yeah. But the fact that I just like to laugh and be happy. Yeah. I deal with things better when I'm happy.
Oh, of course.
I mean, when I've been upset and try to make a decision, it don't turn out good for me.
And it makes things just more manageable when you're in serenity with yourself, you know. But when you're angry, everything just turmoils and it snowballs and everything's just worse and worse. And so that mindset can either be a lifesaver or it can put you right back.
I totally agree. So. We're going to take one more quick break, and then we're going to come back. Don't y'all go anywhere. This is 93.7, the ticket to get you happy on out.
Nebraska farmers, harvest is here and every gallon counts. That's why Sapp Brothers Petroleum launched the Go Big Red Fuel Giveaway. When you contract your fuel with Sapp Brothers, enter to win $1,000 in fuel credits. As Husker Country knows, the only thing stronger than the roar at Memorial Stadium is the drive of a farmer putting food on the table. Fuel your farm with Sapp Brothers Petroleum and enter to win $1,000 in fuel credits. Visit sappbros.net today. Sapp Brothers Petroleum. Fueling the heartland. Go Big Red.
If the power is out, traffic lights might be too. If you come across a dark intersection, treat it like a four-way stop. See more tips at les.com/safety.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
This fall, Baumgars has everything you need to get your farm ready for the season. Stock up on livestock feed, deer corn, and pine shavings to keep your animals fed and your farm running smoothly. Need tools for your fall projects? Grab DeWalt power tools and grass seed to keep your fields in top shape before winter. From your barn to your backyard, Baumgars has you covered. Get ready for the season with everything you need to finish those fall fix-ups. Baumgars, field, farm, and fall fix-ups.
Are you looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through October at Landmark Implement, get up to a 24-month waiver on select John Deere tractors and combines, or lock in a 2.9% fixed rate for 36 months, followed by a qualified standard rate for another 36 months. Whether you're thinking of this year's harvest or planning ahead, we've got a solution that works for your bottom line. Visit your local Landmark Implement for more details, or check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Schaefer's is celebrating its 79th anniversary with special rebates, financing, savings, and free delivery store-wide.
Update your home with innovative Samsung appliances and save up to an additional $900 with rebates. Samsung Innovation saves you energy and time with easy-to-connect appliance technology. Plus, during Schaefer's anniversary, get free delivery on your appliance purchase.
So hurry in during Schaefer's 79th anniversary event, going on now.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. Man, this has been a great show. I just want everybody to know that I'm really proud of my guest tonight. But I got to check in with my boy Bach one more time. Bach, what's happening, man?
Yeah, we got a few more comments still here off YouTube. Indigenous Marsman says, is this Logan's little sister?
Yes, it is. You know it.
Odie Lee says, great show, little bro.
Big shout out to my big brother, Otis Lee.
Yeah, and then Hannah says, so proud of you, Al. Keep shining your light everywhere you go.
Man, that's my sister-in-law.
That's what's happening. Hey, I appreciate you guys acknowledging this young lady because she has really made this show special. And I just want to say thank you again before I run out of time. I want to say thank you.
Yes,
and I got to ask you, do you have any anybody want to give a quick shout out to?
Yeah, quick shout out. Honestly, anyone who's watching this today and who's in my life and loves me, I love you guys so much. And I have so many people supporting me today. So I love each and every single one of my friends. Thank you for being with this journey with me.
Well, I got to give a shout out to your parents and your sponsors.
I guess them too.
Yeah.
Yes, they're great people. So I want to shout out my parents and my sponsors.
There you go. There you go. Let's show love where love is deserved.
They deserve it.
Yeah, well, they've earned it. Yeah, because I mean, to me, it's just very special to have somebody to be on your side.
Yeah.
You know, especially through those tough times.
Mm-hmm.
So I hate to say it to you, but I got to ask my final question.
Go for it.
I got to ask this question. I ask every guest. When Allie gets some free time, how does Allie get her happy on?
I get my happy on by being in the presence with the Lord.
Hey, again, thank you, Allie, for being on tonight.
You're so welcome.
I'm going to wrap my show up the same way I do every week. Every day you blessed to say it's just another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to get your happy on. We'll see y'all next Sunday.